Hello, hello, hello. Hello, honeys, and Happy New Year. Welcome to the Honeybee Podcast by Bianca Tusi. It is a new year. We're in 2025 and we're still alive. Can you imagine? I can't imagine. We are growing, we are glowing, we are healing, we are doing so many things, and it's been a minute for me to be on a podcast and for me to share my voice again. I've been doing this inconsistently. I do apologize. For me, when I started the journey of podcast, it was just mainly an interest for me to share my story and, turn it into glory. But over the years, I have been really in a lot of turmoil, emotionally, financially, mentally, spiritually, personally, creatively. I've been trying to find my voice in these moments of change and transition. So it's good to be back, and it's good to share my voice again on a platform that expresses or allows us to, listen to stories, listen to places and spaces of who we can be and who we want to be. And in this podcast specifically, I want to talk about the power of expressing your voice, the power of sharing your gifts. And it's crazy to me because for a very long time, I have been afraid to share my gifts. And it's not because I needed validation. We all do in some shape or way, right? But it's because something in me was hidden. Something in me was kept secretive. And somebody on TikTok, it was a lady on TikTok. I hope you can hear the hardy does, We're all sharing our voices this season. But someone on TikTok, and I hope I could remember the lady, she said to me, or she said, she shared a story or a message. She's like, I don't know who needs to hear this. You know how the TikTok goes. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you have been hiding your voice for so long. You've been hiding your talents. You've been hiding your skills for so long. And it's time for you to sing. It's time for you to speak. It's time for you to share your voice again. And for some reason, that message resonated with me. And then again, I heard another motivation. And I think this one was more spiritual. It was more biblical. And, a lady on YouTube was saying that, there's a scripture in the Bible. And listen to me. Oh, my word. I'm like, Jesus would be proud of me because I'm here, spitting bars and scriptures. And I think this scripture was in Matthew 25. And it was about something about the talents, I think Matthew 25 verse 14, just, and if you're not Christian, don't worry about it. Just listen to the story. Don't get offended. Be open-minded this season. So anyway, part of that scripture talks about a master giving, his servants money or talents, right? Back in the day, they used to call it talents. So there's different versions of the scriptures, or Bibles, right? But this one, I'm going to definitely use the word talents because it really resonates with me. So he gave the one servant 5 talents, and the other servant 2 talents, and the other one talent. So he told them to go with the talent and do something about it. And so the person with 5 talents used that 5 talents to make 5 more talents. The other with 2 talents, went out to make 2 more talents. And the other one with 1 talent, 1 bag of gold, literally dug it up. He decided, or she decided, to hide it in secret and to just dig it up in the grave or dig it up in soil, to protect it out of fear. So time went past, and the master or the boss or whatever we're going to call the person who was the provider of talents he came back and he wanted to know what did these people do with the talents, and what did these people do with a bag of gold or money or whatever. And so obviously, the story goes with the first one said, okay, master, you gave me 5 bags of gold, 5 bags of talents. This is what I've done with it. I've produced 5 more. And he said, very well, servant, you have done very well. The other one said, I produced 2 more. And I kid you not, guys, when I heard the 1 bag of talent, the person who hid it, I was like, you know what, low-key, honestly, that is me. That is me right now. That is me in many ways. I didn't want to, I know you want to save your money, master, but I didn't know what to do with it, so I hid it, and blah, 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 and I just wanted to keep it safe, and, sometimes that's exactly what we do, right? We hide our talent to keep it safe because we don't know what to do with it. We don't know how to use it. Even if it's 1 talent, 1 bag of gold, we don't know where to go with it. We don't know how to expand it. We don't know how to sing about it. We don't know where to post it. We don't know how to market it. We don't know how to make money out of it, right? And I kid you not, I sat with myself and I was like, you know what, if I had a conversation with Jesus right now, I really would admit and say, yeah, Jesus, yep, it was me who was digging, hiding my talents and not knowing how to use it, not knowing how to perform it, not knowing how to make money out of it, not knowing how to make make a dollar out of it. And how many of us can be really honest and say that, man, I don't know what to do with the talents I have. I don't know what to do with the voice that I have. I don't know what to do with the purpose that I'm meant to do. I know I'm here to do something with my life, but I don't know how to thrive. I don't know where to go. I don't know how to flow, and I don't know how to grow. And this has been me this year, and I felt it in my spirit to share the story because, hey, let me tell you, there's really no glory. There's no glory in hiding the talents. There's no glory in digging it up, And I love the honesty of that master, who said, you fool, you lazy fool. You might as well have taken it to the bank. I would have received interest. And think about it. Do we have an interest in utilizing our talents? Oof, slow down there. Do we have a personal interest in manifesting our own talents, even if we do not know the plan and the strategy, man? Think about it. Do we try our best to get ourselves out there? Do we really make it a habit to just subtract the noise, subtract what people are going to say, because people are going to speak all day. This was me, y'all. This was me on a 100 for the last, I'd say, 2 years, because I started my podcast 2 years ago on Spotify, and I was like, well, this is not making money, so bye, honey. But it's the talent of growing into something. It's the talent of planting just a seed and practicing it every day, if you know what I mean, right? And it's about getting yourself out there. It's about trying your best. Not even trying, just doing your best. Because even the word trying sounds like dying. Yep. Let that sink in. The words we use, the energy that we produce, the way we hold on to what we have. You can have the most little talent on this earth. And what if your talent is just to make people shine, make people happy? That is a talent. Are you using that talent every day in some shape, way, or form? I may say. Are you going out and learning what is your skill in life and how could you thrive? So this podcast is just definitely about, let's being real. Many of us have really dug the pits. We've got a spade somewhere, and we're like, my daughter, this can't be me. I have this talent to sing, and my family doesn't want me to sing, or I don't have the support in my family. We make excuses, and listen, they are valid. All our excuses are valid, whether we are black, whether we are whether we are white, whether we are dark, whether we are, I don't know what we are these days. But all of our pain and struggles and limitations are valid. But now it's time to ask ourselves in 2025, how are we using our talents? How are we using our voice? Because let me tell you, when I watch that girl from TikTok tell me, and I shout out to her, I know I'm going to retrieve that video, and I'm going to tag her in some shape, way, or form. When she said that to me, I know in my spirit it irritated the demons in me. Listen, I woke up, I was like, damn it, I need to, let me take a walk. Let me get out of my own limitation. Let me get out of my own hesitation. And let me realize that I haven't done any form of manifestation. I haven't even done any form of acceleration, evaluation, contemplation, conversation with myself and my talents. Because I've been holding on to the fear that no, I cannot be great, my dear. I've been holding on to the fear of not sharing, of sharing my voice, because somebody told me that the way I speak does not make sense. You know what I'm saying? We hold on to these fears of what people say about us. And there's a talent in sharing my voice. The way I share it is different from somebody else. I'm very poetic, so I'm going to be flowetic. I'm going to flow with that energy, yo. And there's a way that I share my story, and there's a way that I will convert it into glory. But there's no interest in hiding it. There's no real confidence. There's no real joy. There's no real purpose if I just dig it in the soil and just let it, sit there. I hope you can understand what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, we are all afraid. We are all afraid of using our talents and how to use our talents. But I pray and I hope that this message that I'm sharing with you may help you think about your talents, and think about if you had to be lined up like that scripture in the Bible. Are you the person who utilizes and goes out there? If you're given 5 cents, guys, or 5 rand, or 5,000 rand, what do you do with the 5,000 rand? Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm talking 5,000 rand in terms of South African currency, but let's say $5,000, right? Because that's a talent. That's still a talent. A talent is you receiving something abundantly without even asking it. And what do you do with it? That is what talent is. A talent is about utilizing it and turning it into a skill. It is a skill to make $5, or it's a skill to make $1 and turn it into $10. It's a skill to turn your talent and make it into a skillful service of something. It's a skill, right? It's a journey, it's a process, it's a purpose to change, convert, transform, perform what you have been given in this world, And so I challenge you, just as I've been challenged myself, is to go out there, share your story, share your voice, share your talent. It does not matter if you have the strategy, the planned remedy, the methodological way of how to do it. Just go out there and start posting, start going out there and do your best, because you never know where you're going to get blessed, right? That's the whole purpose of the talent. And so sit with me on this, and we talk about manifestation, right? But do we check our information? Do we check our conversations, our confirmation, our aspiration? Do we really digest what we have been given and see the blessing of how we can manifest it, right? Because sometimes we are the limitation. Nobody else except us and our contradictions. We are limiting ourselves sometimes by digging and hiding and conforming and not performing. We are limiting ourselves, and this is the year where everything will be exposed, including the fact that we are hiding our talents, Everything this year is meant to progress us into the next stage, and even progression is not perfect. So allow yourself to be crusty in your talents for a while, right? Some say it takes 10,000 hours to be perfected in a skill, within your talents. Some say it's a God-given talent, but use it. Let's learn to use it. And trust me, I'm with you on this journey as well, because I got conflicted, I got convicted, I got like, whoa, I was like, you know what, I haven't used my voice in a long time, and I pray and I hope that may you use your talents with me too. Let's go on this journey together, boo. Let's learn how to find ways to express our beautiful days, and let's learn how to invest and be interested in our own talents that we have been given, regardless of the world we live in. Yeah. What are you doing with your talents today? How are you going to use them to create more, for sure? And if you like this episode, I would advise you to share with somebody, because 2025 is about sharing our talents. And one of my talents this season is singing. Yeah, I'm going to be singing my voice, guys. Can you imagine? I've been afraid to sing, to express how I use my voice. I also have a talent in poetry, flowetry, and one of it is this podcast right here. I have a talent in writing. I have a talent in dancing. I have a talent in sewing and performing. And all these talents for me, I'd say if I had to dive them down, there would be 5 talents or 6 or whatever. And it's about now manifesting them, right? It's about making more talents out of it. And it's also about not comparing yourself to somebody else. Never, ever compare your talents to somebody else. Sometimes we are given the minimum. We are trusted with the little so that we can see and be seen with the many. And I remember it was a skill for me to learn how to write. It was a skill for me to learn how to fight. It was a skill for me to learn how to be in the lamplight, right? And I remember in 2 years ago when I was working on these talents, I was planting seeds, guys. But one of them was being hidden. One of them I really discarded. I said, no, it can't be. I'm going to bury you. I'm not going to use my voice. No. Why? Because of people judging the way I speak, or people laughing at the way I express things. And I hid that, guys. I hid that from the world. And I just converted that into writing instead. And so this is an honest conversation that I'm having with you, is that let us not be afraid to share all of our talents. Whether it is the talent of making good soup, the talent of dancing, the talent of singing, the talent of performing, the talent of writing, the talent of, being a great speaker, the talent of acting, the talent of, science, being good at accounting. My word, that's a talent as well. Being good at numbers is a big talent. And here you are not utilizing that talent because you don't want to be considered as a nerd. But we need you. We need you to teach us how to get our finances in check. We need you to teach us how to, be accountable, literally. We need you to teach us how to, get our businesses. That's a talent, to teach people how to start their businesses. It's a talent to teach people how to do many things. And, don't hide away from the many things that you can do. And trust me, ask yourself today, what are your talents that you're hiding from the world? Okay? I'll see you in the next episode. And don't forget to share this with somebody. Don't forget to also like, share, and subscribe. Because I'm going to be here for a while. And I'm going to be accountable to keep speaking, sharing my voice, sharing my story, and utilizing my talents into glory. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for listening to the Honeybee Podcast by Bianca Tusi. Ciao, ciao.